So this is the second part of my Bant deck with only a singleton selection for 36 permanent build, standard build, with cards that I pulled from the theme boosters. I have 28 critters, and I really don't have a good reason to get rid of any of them. So I'm going to go for 8 non-creatures. It's just going to be, try to stump people with critters. Really wanted this 1-drop just because I'm low on 1-drops. I'm not doing a lot of live game, but if I do it, this guy is going to get bigger. I'm on Proliferate, and I want to have a ton of flyers, and I'm not going to skimp on them. And yes, this only proliferates when it dies, but it's going to die in battle for sure, protecting a planeswalker or just because I'm going to be in battle with it. Yeah. And I thought of cutting this card out, but it's good, and I want them all. I want all these critters. I mean, if I really had a solid requirement where I could only go down to 24 and I'd have to lose 4 of these, I would do it, but I don't really feel like I want to in this particular deck. I feel like there's so much that I want with the strength of the army, that meaning the strength of just a bunch of critters, that I'm willing to go up 4 on critters and down 4 on non-critters. Okay, so that's really the critter selection, and I think I'm going to call it final. And I'm going to move into looking at the non-creatures for this Bant deck. White, blue, green. It's got a big trampler, another big critter, somewhat big flyer, and big dude that proliferates, and not the best card in the world. I mean, it would have been amazing if it was like a 6/5/5. It's only an uncommon, but still, I'll take it. I want something on the high end, especially that it flies. So those are my 28 critters. And then I'm just going to go through and say, well, I definitely want an O-ring. And I want this planeswalker. That one. These 2 are up for discussion because, again, I'm being super picky. So I got 3 slots already of my 8 slots taken. I only have 5 slots. I'm going to go first through my instants and then through my sorceries, and just pick things that I think the deck has to have. I do need a plummet effect, and I don't really have one. And I do want to have a giant growth. I'll think about tapping and counter spells and this battle trick, but I want this one. Not sure if I can afford this or this. I want card draw, and I want to be able to do this, but I definitely want to proliferate. And I want to create a bunch of tokens. So really, how many slots is that? That's 8. So I think I'm done. So what I'm going to do is go through these, and then go through the ones that I didn't pick, and then try to compare and make sure in my mind that there's nothing that is in the wrong pile. But really, with 28 critters, 8 non-critters, I think I'm done. So I really want a bunch of tokens. I want to proliferate. I want to put a counter on a creature and then proliferate. I want to make something big as a battle trick at instant speed. I want to take out a big flyer, especially if they make their army token a flyer. And I want to do what all these planeswalkers are doing, and I discussed them further in the Grixis build. And I want to be able to O-ring something. So yeah, I definitely wanted those. And then the ones that I didn't pick, it would be really nice if I could prevent damage, but I'd rather deal damage. It'd be really nice to have hexproof and create walls, but that's a fairly defensive thing to do versus offensive things. The same with a reasonable counter spell. A tapper that draws me a card, a counter putter battle trick, fishing out to draw something extra and gaining life, that would have been good for a Johnny, poor Johnny. And I may want to get rid of stuff, but I may draw some cards. These are all really good cards, and play against a mass, put counters. So yeah, none of these really make the cut in my mind, and really I can't think in this type of deck why I would get rid of any of the creatures that I selected. So I'm going to stop right there and call that my Bant deck out of the theme boosters. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave me any comments, anything that you think I blew. Thank you. Have a nice day.